got there, the Imran offers us seats. Now, we were sitting in a table, if I'm not wrong, the table might be from this corner, maybe to the end there of this, it's very long, but the width of it is not that much. It's maybe like a 1.5 or so.
So it was a narrow,
yes,
but very long boardroom table.
Yeah, narrow and long at this side. So Imran sits on my left, on the far end. Lund sits just slightly opposite me here. And then while we were sitting there, Imran advises us that we are waiting for one gentleman who's going to come. And then we're waiting for that person. So, may I continue?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So I think where you can just read in, because you've explained 237, but if you could just read the last sentence. 237.
Imran advised us that we could wait for another individual who was expected to arrive. This person was subsequently introduced. This person is subsequently introduced himself to me as Yousef Kaji. That is when this gentleman, also bearded, wearing this Indian clothing, this long dress, same color as this table I'm sitting in, lighter, walked in and then immediately came to shake my hand and introduce himself as Yousef Kaji. Then I recall I laughed at him with Kaji. Is this a Zulu surname? Because if it's a K, it's a Zulu. Then if it's C, it's English. And then we laughed about that matter. But he said, no, I'm Kaji.
Okay. And then 238, the question is, what was the purpose of this meeting, according to the people who requested it? So if you could just take us to 238.
Okay.
What was the explanation to you for why they requested this meeting with you?
Okay. Prior to the meeting, my speculation was that the meeting had been requested because they wished to assist the organization in some way. However, in the course of our conversation...
By organization, you mean MK Party?
MK, yes. And I say that organization, if I may explain, Commissioner, because I only get relations or requests or invites through, or for the reason of MK. I hardly get invites just for Shongwe. I think Shongwe is not a person, so they want law. So if I may put like that. So for that purpose, it was for the MK, in my thinking, my assumption. I will continue. Where was I? Okay. However, in the course of our conversation, Yousef stated that someone wished to speak to me without explaining further, and he instead insisted on calling this person to speak to me telephonically. I asked who is this person was. They then disclosed the name of this individual as General Khan. I refused and I informed them that I did not wish to take the call. During this interaction, Yousef moved his chair closer to mine and proceeded to call this person. As the phone was already ringing, the call was answered and it was General Khan. Now, if I may explain this, because here in writing, my mind was already in the artwork. I'm a 10-minute person. So how it happens is this: when he sits down, as we are talking this, just silly talk, nothing serious. Before he starts talking to me, Imran moves closer to Sis Londiwe, and it's a chair with wheels. He sits next to Sis Londiwe here, very close. It's when also Kaji moves directly to me and saying, hey, my brother, man, there's a brother of us who wants to talk to you, man. You know, yeah, boy, he wants to talk to you. He speaks a lot of, if I can bring him here, before you get to know what he wants to say, there will be sentences and sentences, so you can't remember everything. He speaks fast as well. So he says that, hey, our brother wants to speak to you. And I ask, who's that and why? He says, no, man, you know the guy, General, it's Khan. He says Khan. So that's why, in respect, I say General Khan here, but he says it's Khan, our brother. No, man, you know you're our brother, man. Talk to our brother. And at that time, he's talking, already dialing. And the person on the other end of the phone picks up the phone. It's a video call.
But did you agree to
No,
have the conversation?
I
What was
did
your
tell him
response
that
to?
I don't want, this is, okay, as I say, he talks too much. While he was calling, I'm telling him, no, don't call. We can either make other ways and talk if there is a way, but I don't want a phone call. And I tell him that I don't like phone calls. He then explains to me, don't worry, brother. We will help you with the phones. If you are scared of phone calls and anything, don't worry. We'll help with your phone. Your phone will be tracking somewhere when you're making a phone call. All this nonsense. He speaks while acting on this thing. We'll work on your phone. Don't worry about this. You must give us your phone. Then the phone is already ringing at that time. So at that time, he takes the phone and turns it towards me. The phone was answered exactly when he turned it. And it was then when I saw this face that, no, I know this face on pictures, exactly as he looks now.
So it was a video call?
It was a video call.
Okay.
And the angle of the video call is from the right-hand side of his face. Not directly in the front, but on the side of this side. Then the guy on the phone greets me, hey, brother, how are you? Speaking calmly. Brother, how are you? And then I replied, hey, I'm okay, how are you? Says, no, brother, man, what are you doing?
Just do this for our transcription.
Yes.
The person who's greeting you, that's General Khan.
That's
now.
General Khan.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. I'm feeling a Julius Mkwana's syndrome here. I don't know. And I've also done the yes thing now.
It comes, it comes with that seat.
Yeah, it's a yes.
So
yes.
you greeted.
I greet him and he greets back. He greets me and I greet back, but immediately starts talking. But this one,
Oh, even while
Kaji, no.
even while General
And I
Khan is
never
speaking,
stopped.
he was.
Some of the things he said I don't even recall, but he never stopped. So he has the phone in his hand and then Khan speaks. At the time when Khan speaks, he starts saying, brother, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? The conversation was in that line. Why are you doing this to me? And what did I do to you? And I replied, no, I'm not, you did nothing to me. In fact,
But what was he referring to when he says, why?
I knew what he was referring to. That's why I didn't bother to ask. I knew already what he was referring to. Because now this is happening very fast. And I can't really focus on my daughter. Okay, what is really happening here? And how should I tackle this? But I decided, let me push in and then just finish this thing and move away from it. So I said, no, I'm doing nothing to you. I was referencing you, your name in this thing. I'm not looking for you. You even know that we won't call you on the ad hoc. You have voted out that you won't come. So it was just a matter of me referencing. No, brother, you are killing me. He touches his neck, you are suffocating me. And his eyes are now turning red. If I may say, he was crying. But I just decided to know, let me look at this and understand what is really happening here. He was wearing a shirt, this color. He looks down and he looks at me in the phone, and then he never looks. He speaks very.
Sorry, is that what, light blue? What color is that?
I would say baby blue.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not good with colors, but ngaza.
Very light blue.
Ngaza impela.
You are very
Baby
good. You are very good because I have no idea what baby blue is.
Mr. Shongwe, my grandmother used to say it's powder blue.
Oh, it's powder blue.
And because she was
Lucille
my
is
grandmother,
powder,
I assumed
but it's
she was
blue,
right.
so we don't know what blue is that. So
May I just ask? This? You say you knew what he was talking about. Just for completeness, can you please tell us what it is that you knew?
Okay, and prior to me meeting him, after all these couple of times where I asked questions about him on Sarah Jane Trent, Paul Sullivan, I had forgotten that I'd asked General Masemola as well. But prior those days when I kept on punching that question, Uguti, how did you, Paul Sullivan and Sarah Jane Trent, establish who to investigate? Because I was probing Uguti, when it comes to General Patlani, they already had proof of the sound system. And he answered to Paul Sullivan, he loves South Africa, that's why he's investigating. So that's why I asked him, as a lover of South Africa, how do you then generate who you want to target? Where you see the allegations of General Khan are so many, but you focus on Pahlani. That is the issue. So on those days, I was getting phone calls with everyone, and people that I know, people that I may not know sometimes, and pass on the street, they finally to this can you don't touch. He deals with abantu wrong kakhulu. I got so many of those in a way that I started to take note to, okay, now I've put my life in danger with this thing. But the day this happened, this was when I asked Babu Paul Sullivan. That is when I got a number of people when I walk in the streets. Some people even that I don't even know in the airport will say, hey, Valagit, uzbhekela. But siyabonga into enenzile. Nimkhonto and all those things. So I noticed, okay, when he speaks with Nyamkhama, I knew exactly what sikhuluma ngani. The topic to me was clear, okay, sila kule nto manje. And what I must do is to understand how do I escape being here so that ngazifaki enkingeni.